everybody, it's me, Nate, aka Devil Dog, and I'm back with a new game review. This time I'm reviewing Elden Ring. Guess what? It's a 10 out of 10. Just go and play the damn game. That's the end of the review. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Whoa. We can't do a review like that. That will not work at all. No, it will not. This is the true review for Elden Ring. What can I say about this great, glorious game? First of all, it was developed from Software and published by Bandai Namco and just released on February 25th of 2022 on every single gaming system except Nintendo Switch. Now, before I get started with the rest of the review, I will let you know this game is so interesting. I'm not even going to show you gameplay footage. I'm just going to show you high-res screenshots of this game because I don't want to spoil anything of it to you. In fact, I am amazed to say I am not a fan of the Soulsborne series, as they would call it, Soulsborne, Blood Souls series, Sekiro. I'm not a fan of those games, and it's not because I suck at video games, but just the fact that I play games to escape punishing difficulty and things that anger me. I might not know this, but I kind of have a temper problem, and a lot of times I want to play games that calm me down, and I don't have a problem with a challenge, but Blood Souls, Demon Souls, and all those kinds of games were always kinds of ones that would stomp me in the groin so hard. I never liked going back to them. But I can honestly say, after diving deep and not even scratching the surface of Elden Ring, I think I'm close to 45 plus hours into this title, and I have to say, while it is insanely difficult, it seems to be a lot more forgiving than the rest of the games in the From Software series. I think it might have to do with the game world design and the fact of the exploration aspect and the fact that they really do a good job in having, quote, save points that you can go to, and even though you die and you lose a lot of stuff, you don't lose all your gear and everything, and you start back to where you can actually fight these enemies and learn and progress a lot easier, I think, than the Demon Souls Bloodborne series of games. Honestly, hands down, the difficulty is intense. It's totally intense. I mean, just kick you in the groin, stomp you while you're down. But the best way to describe this game, Elden Ring, comparing it to the other games, is this is like a mosh pit where you get punched in the face, kicked in the groin, stomped in the ground, but when you fall to the ground, there's someone there to pick you back up, dust you on the back, and then punch you in the face again. While the other games were almost like you'd fall down like if you were in a rodeo with a bull, and it just keeps goring you and stomping on you while you're down. This one, it's super challenging, super difficult with your ability to do your parrying, your attack, your rolls, and your jump abilities. Combined with, they add some stuff like from Sekiro, where you can actually do some stealth aspects of sneaking up behind enemies and attacking them, but it still is difficult enough to where you got to be super careful. And with the way the game world is designed, you can go around this giant game world and you're free after the opening part to go just about anywhere in the whole game world, which is super impressive considering that most games hold your hand, and in other games like Zelda Breath of the Wild do the opposite and they don't tell you where to go and what to do. This is very bare bones and giving you a hint of where you need to go, but they don't show you anything on the map. You have to figure it out as you go and truthfully, honestly explore it. And I'm going to say this hands down, I have not had this much intriguingly fun with a game, no matter how difficult it is, since I played Shadow of the Colossus back on PlayStation 2. The feeling I got of playing this title ranks up there with Shadow of the Colossus of the overall grand exploration, to enjoy the different worlds, the biomes that you go through in this giant epic world of Elden Ring. And honestly, that's the best part of it. Because, I mean, you got to think, It's a big, giant open world with 6 main areas that are all interconnected by this central area, a central hub, as you go and explore. And you have a mount, and you also can unlock fast travel as you go through. And you meet NPCs that you talk with, and you have story. It's got a pretty decent story, but if you played the other games in the Bloodborne, Blood Souls series, I keep saying Bloodborne, but I say Blood Souls, Demon Souls and Blood, honestly, you'll understand the story. I think the world is the main focus on this. The story is a lot better than I expected, but the world itself is the showstopper in this, hands down. The fact they did an open world of this really, for me, makes it more appealing to where you can have a new person that comes into the series, and as long as you learn and progress, you can actually go through and beat this game and do a really good job. Now, keep in mind, I'm only like 45 hours into this game, and I don't think I've even scratched the surface of all the stuff in it. They actually have the nerve to say that if you just rush through it, which I'd love to see. Don't worry, I know there's people out there, the Get Good community, that can do it in about 30 hours. But they say, well, from the main story mission, from start to finish, you can beat this game in about 30 hours. But I don't see it happening for at least a minimum of 80 hours, if not longer, especially with the sheer size of the game world and all the neat stuff that's in it. I mean, I've had so many different experiences of just going out and just exploring the world and finding castles, crypts, tombs, and all these open areas, and you're going through this field and all these forests, and you come across this graveyard with these demons, and honestly, hands down, the art style is phenomenal. The gameplay of the world is fantastic. The enemy designs, hands down, are just so disturbingly cool and awesome that even though the game is so friggin' difficult and stomp you in the head, there's still always a way of beating it. I mean, if you're not strong enough, you don't have the certain moves, or you build your character in a certain way. I pick my guide where I'm a magic guy, so I can attack from afar, also riding in on my horse and attacking people. Honestly, there's so many different builds to this that you can really make an interesting character. You can start off bare bones if you want, but they have certain things you can pick along the way to help you build a character, which I did do to help me with this. Like I said, you get your mount, which helps, get you around the world, fast travel as you go through. And the demigod bosses, hands down, steal the show. I mean, they always have in their games. They've always had some really fantastic boss designs, and the boss battles are epic, brutally difficult, but if you stick with them and actually learn and progress, it'll have you screaming at your scream in tears, hating the game, but when you finally beat that boss, the feeling you get is satisfaction of finally figuring that frigger out and beating him is so amazing. And you combine that with the game world, and hands down, this game is fantastic. Insanely difficult, but fantastic. I mean, honestly, I think, like I said, they say 30 hours just to beat it. I call BS. I'm sure there'll be people that have special builds and can run through it. People that like Get Good fans, as I call them, the diehards that can do it. I see a minimum of 80 hours really to do this, and probably a couple hundred easy. Honestly, there's like 25 plus main bosses in this, and that's not even including, they're going to have DLC. That's not even including really being able to play the online mode yet. I'm going to have to do a different video just with the online mode once this officially launches, because it really hasn't been working. So honestly, the world size is up there with, I'm not going to say Skyrim size, but it's amazingly huge. And each area you go to, it's just so dramatically different and so beautiful. The art styles, and even though it's so brutally punishing, I can honestly say that Elden Ring, even though it's not a game I would normally like, I can definitely say that this hands down is definitely going to be a game of the year game up there for the running for the Game Awards. Honestly, the overall art style, the design, the gameplay, the fluidity of being able to battle these enemies. Yes, it's difficult, but if you stick with it and you learn how they move and you know how to parry them, you know how to move out of the way and roll, you know how to jump and attack them. Everything can be done as long as you learn the right way of doing it. And while it's punishing, it's super rewarding when you actually progress in this game. And I cannot wait to see what sort of DLC they plan for this. And I cannot wait to play the online mode of this. But honestly, in the end, I would have to say, out of this year so far, Elden Ring is my personal favorite game of the year. Followed closely by Horizon Zero Dawn 2. Leave me your comments below of what your personal feelings of this game are. If you agree with me, if you disagree with me, if there's certain things I missed out on. I'm not getting into a lot of details because I don't want to spoil anything for you, because there's just so much in this game. It's amazing. But leave in the comments below what you think. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Subscribe to my channel. It helps a lot. Leave lots of comments so I can answer each and every single one of them. And remember, I always end my videos by saying, have fun, play hard, and remember, people, the devil is in the details. Peace out until next time. Now it's back to killing some monsters.